Dear friends, this video is an attempt to convey my solidarity and support to Advocate Prashant Bhushan, who was convicted by the Honorable Supreme Court for contempt of court. I had posted this solidarity some 4 days before when he was declared accused by the court. Now in Malayalam. Now I am posting this in English, even though I am very poor in communicating in English. I don't have any habit or chance in communication in English. Even though I want to tell that why I support Prashant Bhushan, and I humbly request Honorable Supreme Court judges who convicted or judged Prashant Bhushan to award the same punishment to me also, as I also wish to declare in public that court is also, Indian judicial system is also polluting itself, just like other two pillars of our social system called executive and legislative. We all know that India became a republic, and independent some 74 years before. At the same time, we got our constitution by the benevolence and kindness of our colonial masters, who constituted the Constituent Assembly by according to their act, which was enacted by British Parliament in 1935. According to their own terms and conditions for their subjects of the colony, not for the citizens of an independent or republic. They, in 1935, they, as per their act, they constituted the Constituent Assembly, and the assembly was organized as per its norms, and the voters of who elected the Constituent Assembly members were not Indian citizens or only not even the all subjects, all grown up subjects. No, only 11% of the population was the voters to elect the Constituent Assembly members. Then, and that also only for 2/3 of the total assembly, and 1/3 was filled by the representatives of the states, the local states, local rajas or sultans. Anyhow, I don't think that Constituent Assembly was not the representative of Indian Republic or Indian citizens. That was the representatives of British Indian subjects. That also a part of British Indian subjects. How can we claim that they are our real representatives? They are British subjects and a portion of British subjects, not all. And they had written that we, the people of India, how can they, who had given them the authority to write in that? Of course, Indian Parliament. But that was not written, that was not prepared by the Indian Parliament. And we know that it was directly monitored by our British masters. Hence, they included their ideas in it. Just like equality, socialism, secularism, everything. But and in this secularism is which is not the secularism which is unrelated to religion. It is coexistence of religion, and they included the conversion, the right to convert to religions. The conversion of religion was practiced only by Christians at that time, and it was imitated by Muslims in the later stages after 1980s, when they got petrodollar and they became rich by petrodollar. This right for conversion in a democratic state just like India, which has a different type of culture and religion, was a bone of contention, and it was the source for disintegration of Indian citizens, which was needed for the British people, because Britain or even the Europeans never had democracy or democratic spirit in their whole history. They want to show that they are democratic and all these things, but they never had the spirit of equality and democracy in their mind, that we know in by their ways and systems. Even now they are presided by the king or queen. It is not democratic, and the majority system is also a blunder. How in India you can see that 33% or 35% the people or the party which got 35% of the total votes, polled votes, how can he rule the whole 5 years? How it become democratic? They have the right to rule only 33% at least. The other 32 or 31 or 29%, those who got 29% can have the right to have 29% of the period in the 5 years. Like that. You see, this is just a blunder or a foolish thing by which the aspirations of the people will never be fulfilled or experienced. For that, this democratic system is very much apt, and we will see the ideals of democracy just like a mirage, which will never be attained. Hence, we know that our system was corrupted from the colonial stage in the executives, and which was adopted or transferred to legislative also, and now in the later stages this corruption is spreading to judicial system also. That is our real situation, and for this the basic reason is our constitution, which was prepared or cooked and served by our colonial masters. Even after 74 years, we are not at all thinking of the original characters of our constitution, which was alien to Indian culture, Indian people and Indian citizen. Indian citizens had not prepared a constitution by themselves. The present constitution is a gift of our colonial masters. Even now, we cannot think that we can also prepare or cook a constitution by ourselves with our own dignity and our own aspirations. That was happened because British people were so clever to educate us as their subjects and think that their subjects, the freedom of the subjects is much better than, much equal or equivalent to a democratic citizen. Even now, because of this brainwashing or indoctrination, we Indians think that the present constitution prepared or cooked by the supervision of our colonial masters is the best and is just like a divine thing. We must just compare our constitution, which of course we know that we had done so much homework for that, but whether it is fulfilling our rights or our aspirations, we have to check. You please compare our fundamental rights and directory principles to the latest constitution of Nepal, which will prove you that our colonial masters were so clever that we never think united, and they had prepared it very cleverly to divide us and for an eternal division, and we will never unite like this, as this right for conversion of religion is prevailing in our constitution. Hence, I request everybody that the present constitution is a gift of our colonial masters, and we should rise up to prepare our own constitution to fulfill our aspirations and with a united national mind and integration. I once again declare that I am totally agree and declare the words of Advocate Prashant Bhushan, and I request humbly to the Honorable Supreme Court judges to convict and sentence me the same verdict. Thank you all.